Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Three Noobs Talk About Anime. We are here this week with the last of the first season of Gate. Oh, I should actually close OBS. Whoops. My bad. I'm Miss Daredevil, and I have with me my two cohorts in crime.
I'm Fear Bear.
I'm my jurist. Hello.
Yeah, you guys don't jump to speak at once. So anyway,
Your show.
Yeah. So the first time we talked about Gate, we'd watched the first 4 seasons. I'm sorry.
The first 4 seasons?
Yeah, I binged them all in one night. We watched the first 4 episodes, which included the ragtag team of the STF,
The self-defense
AOL. Force. Yeah, those guys.
Oh god, I hope AOL wasn't there. Man, everything would be all screwed up.
I'm just gonna start throwing out acronyms.
Like, beep, 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 beep. What's going on? Hold on. 56K. We got 2 hours for the attack. It's going to take us, an hour and a half to download a song before we do the strike.
Those helicopter pilots are crazy.
Someone called. Oh.
Though to be fair, it would only take about 20 minutes for the fight itself, so I guess it's all good.
Terrible. You guys are terrible. Anyway,
You started it.
I did not. I will finish it. So, the boys in green, they we left off last time. We just finished episode 4. So they fought off a flame dragon. They saved the village. They established the refugee camp. They started learning the language, and the people were learning their language. And they were on the way to, was it Ithaca? Is that the name of the city?
Italica.
I was close. I was close.
You're close.
I was close.
Oh, I gotta turn this down. It's a little too loud for me.
Oh, I can't even hear it.
Oh, Wagner isn't too loud. There's no such thing.
Well, being that it's drowning you guys out, so I have no idea what you're saying. It's not working for me.
What a coinky dink. I have no idea what I'm saying either.
Oh, I never know what I'm saying. I just open my mouth and crap falls out. Usually it makes sense.
You're doing better than me then.
Are you the one who keeps leaving presents on my carpet? Shame on you.
Better than dead rats.
Well, yeah, let's not go there. I've had dead rodents in my sink before. Not nice. There's a kitty tail. So it's not Ithaca. You just said the city's
Italica.
name. Italica. I'll probably say it wrong like 20 more times.
Sure.
And for those, if you start to watch this and you haven't seen Gate, spoiler alert, there will be spoilers.
Aha!
What is the spoiler for the day? For our elves.
No.
And lollies and...
Oh my god, Rory
Bears, oh my.
trips me out so much. Trips me out.
Roy is great.
No, I don't like her. I mean, the character is necessary and all, but I don't know. No. I couldn't. I can't even. Mm-mm. That scene where she's sitting on the ground by the gate, like, having issues with herself. No, just...
Oh, it gets worse.
I know.
Well, she's very capable and she's very what she is. And, one of my favorite, one of my other favorite parts of the first season is when she's in the diet and she chews the lady out.
Oh, that was great. Little Miss Thang.
Yeah. You send me a message on Facebook. You're like, haha, that's funny. And I'm like, yeah, it's amusing.
I was amused. I giggled most of the night. Because none of you are surprised. I binge watched the rest of the season last night.
Well, I only had to, harass you about it for, 2 weeks now?
No.
Have you watched your show? You're going to have to binge watch it if you don't start watching it.
I know. It'll be fine.
I'll binge watch it.
But yeah, the Battle of Italica, and that scene in the diet where basically Rory, tells the lady to shut up and put her in place. Two of my favorite parts of the first season. And the third being when Itami's being, a complete badass, and the female soldier is like, what? What?
You're a ranger? Oh my god, you can't be a ranger. What? You can't be. You're in special forces. Oh my god.
And the reason why is because his commanding officers were trying to get him to leave.
And they just couldn't.
Hey, it takes hard work to dodge.
Yep.
Lots of effort involved in learning how to not do stuff.
Yeah,
he is very capable.
Oh, I know from experience. It's harder to dodge work than it is to just do it.
Yeah, but, ask the lazy person to do it again. They'll do it faster. He's figured out the best way.
That's not untrue, actually. At all.
Living proof.
You're a lazy person?
Yes, I am.
I'm trying not to be a lazy person. Anyway, so Rory trips me out just a little bit.
Well, she is just shy of being an avatar.
No, I understand. And I get her. I understand the concept for the character and the purpose she serves, but it still just trips me out. And I will probably wager to say that that type of character isn't one that I will fully appreciate.
No, I doubt it.
Depends on what aspect you're talking, but I can see that.
And then I like the little mage girl.
Lele?
A little
Yeah.
bit sassy.
Yeah,
She has a very dry sense of humor.
she's funny.
Very dry, very British.
I liked when she blasted that at the lake when she was training, and then she doused her master in water. That was funny.
Well, she's done it a few times, or things similar.
I giggled. Giggle snort.
Yeah. She's got some amusing scenes in the second season, too, especially when her sister shows up.
Meh.
You've already heard about her sister. The master goes on and on about her.
Yes, but you actually get to meet her.
Yeah.
That's when it gets amusing.
I will admit, first time I watched it, I was rather impressed about how they set it up. So, learning about the science that we have was able to improve her
Magic skills.
capabilities.
They did do a very good job of creating rules and regulations for the world. I'll give it that much.
They do a very good job of world building with that.
I would tend to agree.
And it's very consistent, which is rather rare for a lot of animes or anything else.
It can be, and there is a time and a place for loose roles, but they need to be careful. Which I think Gate does a pretty good job of it.
Yeah.
I guess I'll learn more about that as I watch more anime.
It's just a thing in any show.
In general, same thing with books.
Oh, yeah, okay, I can see that. That makes sense.
There's like a hard and a soft magic, which is based on how rigid its rules are and how structured it is. Soft magic can work. It can work just fine, but it needs to be careful, for lack of a better word.
My co-star has joined us.
Another one?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's more fuzzy one.
my kitty co-star.
The sugar.
The sugar. So, I have to say that I really didn't start enjoying the show, though, until probably the battle where after the city. And I was really perplexed that the princess opted not to call them for help.
in a lot of ways, that's a pride thing.
Oh, I get that.
Is also a not so much pride as losing face.
Well, she was gonna lose face if she lost the city.
True.
I mean, what did she think would be worse? Losing the city and becoming a slave to the barbarians, or death, or calling them
slave
into...
to the Japanese.
But they had no intention of turning her into a slave.
You didn't know that.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, from her point of view, the Japanese are very strange and weird.
And destructive.
Yeah, and very destructive.
We're in
I
a
mean,
very
they
different world,
brought flying
princess.
dragons that totally annihilated the enemy. Also, Super Saiyan female soldier running in there.
Yes.
You get a lot more of that in the second season, which is great when it shows up.
I liked seeing the soldier and Rory fight together. That was kind of cool.
They are definitely a match set.
Oh my god, these two are going crazy. Do you think they could be any less into it?
No, they seem to enjoy it quite a bit.
Hi, kitty kitty.
But no, the character dynamics, I think, actually in this show are really well done compared to a lot of other shows.
Okay, what the heck, though? He's got an ex-wife,
Yes.
Yes, he has an ex-wife.
and she doesn't seem to be completely over him.
Well, you find out why they get divorced later in the second season.
They told you in the first season.
Did they?
Yeah,
I
they
don't
told us in the
remember that.
first season.
It wasn't so much...
I probably should have rewatched it yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow, slacker. I binge-watched it. Why didn't you?
Because I watched it a week ago.
I was sleeping.
Yeah. Well, I have watched anime sleeping, but my osmosis anime is not very good.
That might explain why my best friend couldn't write any of her papers by osmosis. Lord knows she tried.
Yeah, they have a rather interesting relationship. And they still do. But it wasn't a romantic one. Per se.
More pragmatic.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Kind of like our relationship right now. It's more of a pragmatic more than anything else.
Hi, kitty. I would have used the other P word.
Is he?
Platonic.
Oh, platonic. I'm like, the other P word?
Those
Postal.
are two different words.
I wouldn't really say we're platonic so much. Yeah, we're friends. We lived with each other, but we're both getting something out of it, and we're using it for specific reasons.
It's a
It's
symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
I
But,
could
you
use
know,
big
in
fancy
a way,
words.
that's kind of the relationship they had. In a way.
That makes sense. Except it sounded like she was just using him for his money and insurance.
Not
Yes and
just.
no.
But not entirely far from.
And then you see the text message, I need food.
Well, she's a manga writer.
That's what it looked like.
That's what she is. Not a doujin, but an actual manga. Which, the problem comes in, if you're, in a bit of a slump, then that's kind of, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, that's kind of a problem.
I know the feels. The feels are hard. They hurt.
Yeah, except, working paycheck to paycheck when you have a job is a lot different than when you're working commission.
That's true. And then
And
she
so-
spent all of his money. Shopping.
But Itami has, a steady income, the insurance from the service.
I didn't
and-
realize he was already in the service until that creepy guy was talking.
Oh yeah, he's been in the service the entire anime.
I didn't realize that. I thought he was just randomly promoted into being in it after
Oh,
he
and he
saved
just
people.
happened to be a badass.
Yeah, correct.
You know, orcs and goblins.
Well, it is anime.
I mean, to be fair,
How many animes you know that the high school kid that never does jack turns out to be the uber badass of the series?
I mean, time and a place. But no, he actually is, a soldier. The reason why he joined the military was a steady paycheck that give him, strict time off so he can go to his,
Cons.
conventions.
Well, they summed it up very nicely at the beginning of the show. I do this job to pay for my hobby.
Correct. Hey, I understand those feels.
Absolutely.
I love my job, so it's okay.
And he happens to be very good at it.
Good at his job or good at avoiding his job?
Yes.
Well, spend much time in the military and you find out that a lot of your job in the military is figuring out ways to not do anything.
I mean, that's not wrong.
Here, I am delegating you this task.
It's not right, but it's not
Get
wrong.
it done.
Yeah, okay.
Hey!
Private, here, come do this.
It's kind of like when I was in the military, people often ask me why I never tried to be a higher rank than I was. I got to second class petty officer and stayed there. And people are like, well, why don't you go for first class? I'm like, well, then I'd have to do more work. As a second class petty officer, this was my job. I would get up in the morning, I would go find my first class petty officer or the master chief and go, what do we got to do today? And they'd tell me, and then I'd go find the third class petty officer and go, hey, this is what you guys have to do today. You want me? I'll be in there drinking a cup of coffee. That was essentially middle management Overwatch. That was all I did when I was on the boat.
I like it. Do you think they'll let me be a second-class petty officer? I'm really good at delegating, and I make it look
Everybody
pretty.
and their brother wanted to be a second-class petty officer. It was hard to get that job. Well, not the job, the rank.
I'd work for it.
It's harder to stay a second-class petty officer. If I wasn't in trouble all the time, I would have been a first-class petty officer pretty quick.
Oh, so you did it on purpose.
No, I was just kind of a jerk. And I didn't like seeing my people dead, so...
That makes sense.
I mean, which reminds me, one of the changes I saw in the wiki between the manga and the anime, in episode 0, I want to say 9 or 10, where they're at the cabin and they're being assaulted, and Rory's sitting on top of a rock. That rock, apparently in the manga, is not a rock.
What is it?
Silent corpses.
Oh, that sucks.
Which is incredibly fitting,
Yeah.
considering who she is. But, that is a lot darker.
I did like that scene outside the hotel hot springs.
Which one?
That was a fun fight scene.
Yeah, the fight scene where the different countries were trying to take out their special forces teams and...
And Rory and Tommy just absolutely obliterate both.
Oh, Tommy didn't do anything. He was laying on the floor trying to see outside.
Actually, no, that's part of why is Rory slammed him down.
Well, she slammed him down before that.
Yeah. Gunfire can't really hurt her.
Right. I saw that because the bullets were falling out of her.
Yeah. Well, like I said, she's just shy of being an avatar.
30 more years, and she will no longer be just a demigod.
She's the emissary of the god of battle.
She's the oracle.
Yeah. But yeah, Emery is a god of battle and war.
Yep.
She is very good at what she does.
Correct. But remember, it's only because she respects life.
Thing with battle and war, there's no glory to be had in somebody that's not fighting. She doesn't go out and indiscriminately kill everybody.
Correct. I think that's why she likes Satami so much.
In a way, I think so.
Except for until he makes her mad.
Well, there's more to it than that, and a lot more you don't realize yet, without either knowing the short novels or the second season.
That reminds me, one of these days I have to pick that up.
The light novels?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've read basically the synopses of them. But yeah, there's a lot more there.
Well, now that I have a way to read, it's helpful.
I mean, you know.
You mean the way that I stole?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you want it back?
No, I'm currently not using it, and you seem to be enjoying it more than I do right now. I've got other stuff to keep me occupied, like sleep.
But that's why, you know, like at the, you know, her introduction, those thieves that were planning on just ransacking, you know, the remnant, she took out without, you know, any hesitation. But she's good with children.
That's true.
I remember watching it the first time, and that lady at the diet sitting there screaming at her, and I was thinking Rory's going to sit there and, you know, take care of the problem.
She's gonna pop off.
Well,
Yeah,
something's going to pop off. Like that lady's head.
But it didn't.
No.
Because Tommy knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, Tommy did, and he was trying to decide whether to jump in the middle or jump out.
I mean, the smart thing to do probably would have been to run for your life. But who am I to say?
I mean, she is certainly has conviction.
Yeah, I think I had one problem with Rory when she got into the town. Or when the elf got into the town, the dark elf.
Oh.
Which was... Okay, Rory is, you know, world famous. Everybody knows
And
her.
the elf didn't know who she was.
Yeah, and the elf is like, oh, it's a little girl. Like,
Well, just because a lot of people know, the Dark Elves were also, you know, a secluded, you know, village.
well, yeah, but the elder knew who she was.
The Elder did. That doesn't mean that she did.
And,
And it's also possible she wasn't thinking at the time for reasons.
yeah, like I said, that was more of a just... It's a nitpicky thing that I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, why didn't she know? But
Also, Rory has a bit of a trickster streak. Bit of a troll.
a little bit.
Setting up a Tommy like that.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
I
It's
died.
not right.
I died. It was hilarious. Hilarious.
Also, I do like Pina getting a Jojin.
A Jojen?
Dojin.
Or Dojin.
Fan-made comic book.
It's very heavily implied that it was a bit of a yaoi.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but wait, but what did he stick in the back of the thing at the end? The special delivery?
Well-
More of the same thing.
More of the yaoi, but also,
We should probably
There's-
use the English translation for that.
there's
It's a
not...
boys love comic.
Yeah, that's fair. Yaoi's a better word for it.
Well, yeah, but any novice to anime
Yeah.
isn't going to know what yaoi means.
Well, that's why you can explain it, and I'll let you do that one.
Well, I did. That's the easiest way to explain it. It's yaoi means boys love. So saying it's a boys love comic. Yeah.
But what that was were newspaper clippings from the things that Tommy has done.
Ah.
And which one?
At the very end.
So it was like at the back of, and inside the yaoi,
Oh,
there were
yeah.
newspaper clippings.
Oh, I forgot that.
Well, the only reason I remember it is it popped up in one of the wiki links as I was reading it, trying to catch up.
Did you catch up?
More or less. Listen, I've seen the series a couple times.
Well, be careful. You'll get your stuff stained red.
Eh. Be alright.
Because catch up.
Better than mustard, I guess.
Mayo need to Get out of here.
But no, and then there's the dramatic irony sequence, leading up to the Battle of Italica.
Dramatic
No,
irony.
it was after the Battle of Italica. Or had all the dramatic irony, where basically Tommy gets kidnapped.
Oh, that was funny.
It's just so much dramatic irony in that sequence.
You are going to have to offer him your body.
What?
What?
Okay.
Who's that?
Music's not working for me today. Okay, let's find something else.
I fell over laughing, though, when that's how the cat girls and the bunny girls and the other girls get introduced into the anime. Because they get talked about. Oh my god, I love their eyes. The Persian cat and then the bunny with their eyes. That was so cool. I loved it.
The assassin maids?
Yeah. And Medusa.
It really impressed one of the Tommy soldiers.
Oh yeah. I love you. I'll wait for you.
He's a bit of a Neko, so what can you do? But no, the part that amused me greatly was the fact that they were also assassins.
Yes.
Made
can
no
hold
qualms
their
about
own.
it.
And then the blonde walks in with the perfect ringlets, and then she smacks him across the face. And the princess is like, "Oh my god, you're killing me!"
Not again. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I forgot what I was going to say.
42.
Just thinking about the Neko.
I was going to say something witty here, where it was like, oh, yeah, well, you have to take into account. And then I'm like, no, this isn't going to work out. What wasn't going to work out? I forgot.
Typical.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I get for splitting my attention.
I remember that now. Okay.
So, your favorite scene was the Illica battle?
Overall, my favorite scene? Probably, yeah. I am a fan of that part of Wagner's thing.
Okay. Beer, what was your favorite scene from the first season?
That's kind of a hard question, because I enjoyed the entire show all the way across. I really didn't have a favorite thing. It's just junk food for the mind. It's like eating a bag of potato chips. What's your favorite potato chip?
Sour cream and onion?
Oh, yeah, but if you had to eat a bag of potato chips and go, what is your favorite potato chip? Are you going to be like, oh, well, there was this one potato chip that looked kind of like a gun, but it was burnt on the end? Or are you just going to go, it was a bag of potato chips, they were good?
I'm going to describe each and every one, especially the one that looks like the Virgin Mary.
Oh, those go on eBay.
You mean I shouldn't have ate it?
No, we should put that stuff on
Or at least take a picture of it. And get famous.
Because the picture's worth 1,000 words?
Well, it's kind of that Cheeto. There's that one guy that sold a Cheeto for, what, $200,000?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's stories like that all around.
I will find the odd thing to sell for $200,000 because then I'd be set for, like, school.
Cheeto sold for a lot of money. Okay, there we go. Someone paid almost $100,000 for a Cheeto shaped like hombre.
Oh my god, that's dumb.
Yeah, not disagreeing.
If you have $100,000, why are you blowing it on some stale, crusty old Cheeto?
Because they have $100,000?
Invest it!
Well, how many knickknacks have you ever bought that were like $1?
Not a lot. I don't like to collect junk. Most of
But yeah,
my
it's no difference.
junk gets given to me.
But yeah, it's not really a whole lot of difference between that and the other.
Sure it is. It's $100,000.
Well, yeah, but if you have millions, and what's 100,000?
I guess. I can't fathom anyone having millions because most everyone I know is broke.
Because of the people with millions, honestly. But you know, what can you do?
Cry a lot. It won't do me any good, but I can.
Also, I have Wagner playing in my head now.
Do 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 do.
You know what's even creepier? Is you were actually synced. Because that was the part that just played.
That's funny.
Oh wow! You guys are thinking Wagner, and I'm listening to Crumbshelled Raid.
Also, the helicopter guys being insane is, and them just going, oh no, not them.
I did enjoy it. I did.
And the most important part, the music.
Yeah, it is. Why are you sitting on your helmet?
That way they don't shoot my balls off.
Correct.
Yeah, well, got to protect what's important. Nothing in the head.
I mean, I think I've actually heard that one from military people, though.
Yeah, it's not that unusual.
You do have a brain. If you lose your brain, then
You
having
can
your
still use your head.
balls won't
Yeah,
matter.
You have
What
to
was
look
it? I
at
believe it
things
was-
being all fair here. If you're dead, you don't have to worry about having kids.
Correct.
Where if you get shot down there, you can't have kids, but you can survive.
Correct.
I'd be willing to bet people are more concerned not with the having kids part.
Well, yeah. Well, the fun that goes along with making kids. How's that?
All the babies.
But yeah. So I think it was Mark Twain that said, God gave man 2 heads, unfortunately only gave him enough blood to work one.
It's about right.
That's okay. Behind every great man is a better woman, and she'll think for you.
So, looking at my picture, poor Itami has 3. Actually, he's probably got like 5. Count the nurse and the crazy soldier.
Yeah, but they're not he's not in a relationship with all of them.
No.
That Gate got a lot of flack from a bunch of groups because the girls were archetypes. They weren't strong, independent women. They were archetypes and jokes.
Well, to be fair, that wasn't the point of the series.
Oh, I'm very aware of that, but it got a lot of flack for
In
it.
and of itself, there's nothing wrong with an archetype.
I'm an archetype.
Or actually, I don't think they said archetype. I think they said parody.
Oh.
Yeah. But, quite honestly, that's what the show is.
Yeah, well,
You can't call a satire, ironically. It doesn't work.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
But yeah, it's like saying satire's trying to be funny. It's like, yeah,
yeah, not all satire is funny.
That's
No, but-
true.
but it's meant to show a certain thing. And honestly, as far as characters go, I say that the characters in the series do actually stand out as characters. Honestly, sure they're archetypes, but they're not.
What's that
They're not flat.
name?
Eh.
Oh no, there's some shows where it's one thing if it's a tertiary character, but these are first and second tier characters. It would make a whole lot of difference if they were flat. There's a lot of shows that fail at that.
That makes
What's
sense.
his name? I don't
It-
remember.
I would honestly say the main character being flat is better than the secondary characters being flat.
Well,
Really?
In
that
most
depends
cases.
on what you're.
Yeah,
What-
it depends on the series, but in
Oh.
general. In general, you can get away with the main character being flat if the secondary characters are good.
I don't know. If I'm not attached to the main character, and if the main character is flat to me, I am lost.
Yeah, I didn't say it was easy. The secondary, if the main character is completely flat, the secondary characters or the world has to be pretty good to hold it up. But it's a lot better than that than having the main character being, a full character and all the secondary characters being flat.
Well, I assume that all of them are going to have some flaws.
Well, it's not just the flaws.
you
A Mary
flaws,
Sue can be a complete character, for instance. But, if the secondary characters are flat, there's nothing for the main character to work with. So there are limited cases where that can work, but I don't think there's that many.
I suppose that makes
Or at least
sense.
that many that pull it off.
I suppose that makes sense.
But no, in my opinion, this show, they do a good job of making, the secondary and some of the tertiary characters actually, characters.
Yeah, it's a very full and very realistic world.
Hi, Cat.
Which, there's anime that really fail at that.
Quite a lot.
And part of it's because of a copy-paste mentality, part of it's because of how much is put out.
So, I want to know what happens with a flame dragon.
Season 2.
Yep, season 2.
I don't want to watch
Wanna make
season
it.
2, guys. I just want you to tell me.
Yeah, it's alright. He does show up in Season 2,
Yes, he does.
and he's not the biggest dick.
And you find out he's a she.
Grump, 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 grump,
Okay, that's fine.
grump, grump.
You haven't played or seen Persona 5, have you?
No.
Nope.
There's a character in that one that... Well, there's a character in the second season that I kind of liken to now.
Yourself?
No.
Uh-oh. Kitty. Why are you stepping on my mouse, kitty?
Because it's there.
And it's a mouse.
And
Cats
it's
like
a mouse.
Come here. There you go.
Meow, meow.
Your tootsies are cold. I don't know. I had such a hard time getting into the first season that I'm worried about watching the second season. Now I rolled all night last night. I was rolling as I watched through the rest of the episodes.
You would probably like it a lot more than we did, because you're new to it, so you're not going to see the tropes and.
Oh, I'm not jaded. This is what I'm hearing you say. You're not
Pretty
jaded, therefore you'll like it.
We've watched so much, between the two of us, I think we watched so much anime that it's like, okay.
I will say that even with all the tropes, the series did manage to impress me. Which
It is in.
it had the tropes, but it wasn't tropey. Does that make sense?
Even with season 2 not being as good, it is in my top 10 list of these are good animes. It's my junk food anime, but
Oh, so we really do have to go get ice cream so I can watch it.
no.
I mean, you could.
It's junk food anime, therefore I require junk food.
I'm talking junk food as in brain candy. It has no substance to it. It's just, you shut off your brain, you watch it, and you enjoy it. You don't think about it.
To be fair, this one isn't an overly thinking anime. Sure.
Well, I definitely like it better than Your Lie in April.
Yeah,
It's a different anime.
Yeah.
Yes, but
different kind.
I'm definitely ranking them based on
Oh, sure.
what I've seen, and not taking into account Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z, which I watched in high school.
Dragon Ball Z is not a good anime.
Dragon Ball Z is not a what?
A good anime.
He likes the shit out of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, though.
Uh-oh.
Pardon my French.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Z Abridged is hilarious, but that doesn't mean that Dragon Ball Z in a lot of ways is like this. It's something you can watch and not think about, and just because you enjoy something doesn't make it good.
I liked it when I was a kid.
I couldn't watch it.
I can't sit down and watch Dragon Ball Z.
I tried to sit down and watch Sailor Moon, and I just went, "Oh my god, my eyes already suck."
Yeah, there's
To watch that one, you have to have a certain mentality to really enjoy Sailor Moon.
I mean, I just remember really enjoying it when I was younger.
So does that mean we should have a watch Madoka next?
No, I don't like it anymore.
Don't like
No
what
Madoka?
Sailor Moon, I couldn't watch it. Although, when I tried to go back and watch it again, to rewatch it, I tried watching the subbed. It was so hard for me to watch.
Because what is it, Madoka Magica?
I don't know what that is.
It's the one I'm thinking of. It's another.
It's a magical girl.
Magical
anime.
girl.
It's pretty dark.
Not at
I want to
first.
watch okay, so the next one we're going to watch is something that's some kind of thriller, something or other shenanigans.
Oh, we're jumping over to that now? Okay,
I
have
don't
two
know.
animes that I would like to suggest, because you did the last one, which was, oh crap, what did I say? Maybe I wanted you to...
I don't know. You
what's
talk
the
and I'm just go,
name? The Saga of Tanya, and what was the other one?
Which one was the thriller, the psychological one? I don't remember.
A couple, high ratings for this one. Interesting.
Which
For
one?
which one? The Saga?
Madoka.
Oh crap.
I've actually seen it, but I don't know if I want or if I want to or not.
42, fish, blue,
No, it's
cheeseburger.
Real Life. I'm trying to remember what the front part of that is.
Zombies.
There are a number of free life, and some of them are good, some of them are not.
It's the one.
Original?
The Life in Another World.
Well, there is one that's called just Real Life.
Apparently, my throwing words out there to try and help him remember did not work.
No, it didn't.
But there's a lot of them. There's a lot of. It kind of like how after.
Real Life in Another World or something like that. I'm trying to track it down now.
For instance, after Twilight came out, there are a lot more vampire movies.
That's not a vampire movie.
But it has vampires.
No, they're not vampires. Vampires don't sparkle.
Fate? Is it
But
Fate Zero?
what I'm saying is, like, after that, there are a lot more vampire movie things. The same
I
thing
know.
happens in anime. So after a big one comes out, there's a whole lot of copycats.
Ah.
Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Are you a copycat? Shuggy Shugs, are you a copycat?
I
And
have a feel, yeah.
if it's Real Life is the one I'm thinking of and the one I'm looking at, then so there's a number of ones that are titled like that, but a lot of them are also
ReZero.
ReZero.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are also
Yeah, okay. It's
Starting
ReZero,
Life in
Starting
Another
Life in
World?
Another World.
That's a mouthful.
Okay, yeah, that one. That was, this is one of the original, for lack of a better term.
It's not a poser.
Essentially,
It was...
but a lot have come out after it because of its, popularity that have been bad.
One of these days, I feel like we should just sit down and watch the Power Rangers.
Why?
Which one?
Which series?
Or do you mean what the Power Rangers was based on?
Well, that
Which
too.
one? It was based off 2 different series.
Oh, that's what cracks me up.
It's because the original actually has nothing to do with the show that you know.
I know, and there are so.
They just use the visuals.
Correct.
We had a conversation about that.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
By the way, if you want an idea of an anime that's on the other end of the spectrum from, a not thinking anime, Death Note. Because, dear lord, that one makes you think.
No,
that one hurts my
actually,
head.
I saw through that pretty damn quick. It was pretty dull.
It can be.
If you read a lot of crime mystery, it's so shallow.
I like crime mystery.
I'm more likely to, for thinking animes, Darker Than Black.
Darker Than Black was nice. That's not the right word.
Plastic Memory, Robot Notes, Ride Back, A Time of Eve.
Somebody's phone's going off. I heard it.
Chaos Head.
If you want your mind to hurt, well, there's Evangelion.
I don't want my mind to hurt.
So it was not from thinking. There's also Excel Saga for your mind to hurt in a totally different way.
No, stop trying to break me.
Excel Saga won't break you, probably.
Probably. Oh, his computer
Excel
crashed.
Saga is like if you took a whole lot of things and then put them in a pan and then shook the pan up real good.
That's not nice. Why are you shaking
Excel
things?
Saga is an enjoyment to watch, but really, really weird.
Well, we might build up to that. I'm still trying to get my feet wet. And my ears. And, I don't know, my nose. I got nothing.
But yeah, Evangelion's one of those that if you want to dive in, you'll probably hit the bottom.
I can't swim.
Don't worry, after that one, you won't need to.
Because I'll be dead.
The guy got put in an insane asylum halfway through writing it. Or at least that's how it's been described, if it didn't actually happen. So Evangelion is a unique one.
We have 2 fear beers.
2 of them.
Yeah, I see that.
If you have an evil twin, your evil twin needs to go away because I can't even. Unless
Why
your
does the evil one have to go away?
Unless your twin is gonna go get me ice cream and then.
Then he can go get you ice cream, and the other one can stay.
Correct.
Yeah, well, my evil twin will fall off eventually.
That
He's
sounds
a
painful.
looker. He just kind of sits there and stares.
You.
Kind of like when you wake up in the morning, you open your eyes, and there's a cat staring at you.
Oh my god. What? Sometimes there's more than one.
Well, currently there's 2 of me, so...
You have 2 cats?
Yeah, I have Captain and Gwen, remember? Although Captain's kind of decided that he likes you more than me.
Yeah, you have the Merlin. I thought maybe you had the Gwenifer with the Merlin.
One of these days I have to bring Gwennifer in here. I just don't want to.
I don't ever have to wake up the cats.
You don't like the cats?
Cats don't go in the room.
Yeah, I like my cats to cuddle with me. They help keep me warm.
That is not a problem I have.
I freeze a lot.
Well, that's because our house has crap insulation.
Hi, kitty, kitty. Well, it won't be a problem soon because I will soon have my very own personal space heater. Squee! I'm so excited.
That's not a cat.
That's not a cat. It will be a person.
They don't keep warm for very long. They kind of lose heat pretty quick.
Okay, so back to it. Have you seen either of those? ReZero or...
I started to watch ReZero. The other ones didn't necessarily ring a bell.
Both of those were anime of the year animes. It was animes that people talked about.
I say I
By the
know.
middle of the season, everybody was like, "Oh my god, have you seen?"
I say there's another one that came out. I started to watch, based off of ReZero. That was, oh, what was that called? It's on the front page here.
Well, that the
Death
ReZero
March.
was based off of, or is in a universe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Death March
I've watched all
2
of Death March, and
Parallel
I
World.
don't care for it.
I said as Star watching it was all right, and it kind of had one or two episodes that kind of just drug it down for me.
I watched it all the way to the end. I mean,
Well, it
it
hadn't
wasn't.
come out on this site yet, and by the time I watched it, it was already enough that it kind of crashed for me.
No. But no, I'm just kind of like, okay, if you haven't seen those, we should probably watch them because it's in the same general vein.
Yeah, I've seen at least part of ReZero
Yeah.
or Relife or whichever it was.
I'm trying to think of what else we can watch.
Hey, Crunchyroll has Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh,
I'll pass on that.
yeah, I might rewatch it.
I still have to finish Magus Bride.
We got, let's see, Black Lagoon. We can watch.
I think I played the game of that. I don't know if it's the same series or not, though.
Are you in the mood to watch something that you think with after watching a candy anime, or do you want still something silly and funny, or
Me?
yeah?
I don't care.
You're the one doing this.
Yeah, I
I-
was voting that I didn't have to pick. You guys just tell me what anime to watch.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I can just hit the big random button on Crunchyroll and see what pops up.
No.
Oh, I know what we should watch. Welcome to the NHK.
Which one was that?
Oh God.
Meow.
You will have questions with Welcome to the NHK, I'm thinking. The tags for it. It's a comedy, it's a drama, it's slice of life, it's otaku culture, and psychological. There I am. My clone fell off. I thought you didn't like me making your cat clone.
Don't. Oh, she's super mad at me. I'm a terrible person.
And Welcome to the NHK is a pretty advanced anime.
Oh, are you?
It covers
From the looks
tons
of
of
the
tropes.
split blurb, I think I'd rather watch Psychopaths through.
Ugh, I can't stand that one.
So we don't watch that one. Let's watch the ReZero World Voodoo.
So, ReZero or I'm not sure if you'll like ReZero though.
Well, I'll
That's
know
one
after
of
the
those
first
that
4
I'm kind of like,
episodes.
yeah, you might like it, you might not. I was kind of thinking that the Tale of Tanya would get you more interested.
Well, we
It
can.
follows more of the. There's a lot of war action scenes in it. It's more of an action anime.
All right, well, we can watch that. I don't care. Either one's fine.
You got a problem watching that one?
No? At least starting it. I don't remember why I stopped. Might be I just caught up and kind of faded from it.
It's
Because if I remember correctly, it's the original of the copycats, so.
The Saga of Tanya. It was based.
Or
it's off
the
a light novel.
ReZero. I don't think I know this
No,
one.
ReZero's original work, based off a light novel. It
Tanya the
takes
Evil?
place in the ReZero world,
Yeah.
but it's
Well,
its own work.
There are a lot of offshoots from that. It was spawned a bunch of copycats.
Well, being that the original ReZero came out in 1996, and it's now 2018, and they're still making shows on the ReZero universe.
Oh, that's
Yeah, kind of. That's its own little world. You don't have to know anything about the ReZero world to watch that.
I'm just kind of listening to you two go back and forth going, uh-huh.
I actually had to go back and do some research on in ReZero because they made some references in it that I'm like, I don't understand why this is here. And then I had to look it up, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I don't actually like the Fate universe. I don't watch a lot of it.
That makes sense.
Which is the core universe that ReZero takes place in.
Looking at the thumbnails for the Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Stretch!
It looks very tropic in its design. Not necessarily the characters or anything else, but in the art style.
I wouldn't exactly say that.
Real big eyes. And,
well, it's Lolly. What do you want?
well, it's not even, the image of the character. It's there's an episode that has a different character on it. Has giant eyes.
Yeah, the girls all have giant eyes. They're 2/3 eyes to 1/3 head.
Oh, good. I might be able to see them.
Well, if you can't see their eyes, you have bigger issues.
Yeah.
Based on these thumbnails.
I can't see a lot of things. What's your point?
Granted, I think at least in this series, all the thumbnails Crunchyroll picked for them are all faces. Including one really what the fuck.
Stop!
But
I heard you yawn.
It wasn't me. Oh, yeah, the super stylized shots.
mm,
It is a super stylized anime. I don't know if that will bother you or not.
depends on the show.
I was more talking to
Me?
Miss Daredevil.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I will.
That's the one that I told you that you should watch the second episode before you watch the first episode.
Oh, yeah, that's the rule. I gotta watch the second episode.
Yeah. Which is rare for me because it's one of those things that I'm like, I don't like telling people to watch anime out of order. But
Kind of like Melancholy of Suzuki Haruhi.
yeah, that one you got to watch out of order too.
No, you don't. The first time, I don't think you should. Second time, you should. First time, you should watch it in the proper or in the order it was put out.
In this one, the reason I have people watch the second episode first is because most of the people I know don't watch a lot of anime. So they watch the first episode and they go, wow, that was really good. And then they watch the second episode and go, that was really dull.
In other words, they do the world building in the second episode.
Well, they explain how or why what's going on is going on.
Yeah.
Because the first episode in the timeline of the show takes place way later in the anime.
Oh, so it's, Berserk method of time travel.
Something like that. It does set the tone of the show and what you're going to expect from the show, but you don't really understand what's going on. Where if you watch the second episode first, it's dull, because it's setting the world in place. But then you get to the action, and
that's why in general you should give it, 2 to 3 episodes for any anime, just because they have that world building in most of them.
I do 5. I'm one of the weird guys that it's like, I'll watch 5 episodes.
Yeah, some do 5. It depends on how much the show grabs me. If it doesn't grab me any at all by the end of the first or the second, then I don't continue it.
Well, I didn't like Gate until, like, season 5, so...
Yeah. Episode 5.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, you liked parts of it.
Come out of this.
So from what you said, you liked parts of it.
I mean, there were parts of it, but it wasn't like, oh my god, this show, I have to finish it. I'm, like, rolling on the ground laughing.
So, and part of that is world building. Part of it is, in all honesty, this is a show that I'm kind of torn between saying it's something for a beginner to get into anime with, and something that's like a love letter to anime fans.
Which one?
Gate.
Gate, yeah, Gate is.
It's like, on one hand, it introduces you to a lot of different tropes, styles, ideas. Like the diet, the concept of honor, the magical girl Lolly,
yeah,
Neko, and various
forms. It covers all the primary tropes and.
But at the same time, it's also it is a love letter to anime fans. I think is an accurate way to describe it.
I think that's been mentioned in a few places.
Yeah.
It's
so
kind of like Welcome to the NHK. It's the only people who are really going to like Welcome to the NHK are people who watch a lot of anime.
And I'm of mind that other people can enjoy this, but the ones who enjoy anime and watch anime will get the most out of it.
Right.
So I'm kind of torn between saying this is a good beginner anime and a good anime for anime fans. I'm torn between deciding which one of those two.
I tend to think of it more as a crossroad into intermediate-hood. You've watched enough anime that you can understand what's going on, but you're ready to go into the more complex stuff.
Wow, you give me a lot of credit.
It's also a good anime.
Yeah, it's also a good anime. And it is an anime you can watch.
It is an enjoyable anime.
It's
good,
fun.
maybe a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, I like it, but just because I like it doesn't mean it's good.
It's kind of like, it's not Into the Abyss, Made in the Abyss. I actually thought about seeing if you guys wanted to watch that, but that's an anime that it literally took 5 episodes for me to get into that show, and it does get really dark.
I mean, I don't mind really dark. I really don't.
I type that in the search for thing and pops up as Pandora Hearts. That was you.
I know. I got sleepy. I worked really hard last night.
Yeah.
Pandora Hearts is one of those manga I actually own some of and actually read some of, and it's kind of dark too.
Well, from what I understand, the manga's a lot better than the anime.
Well, while I don't like comparing manga and anime together, that's often the case for a number of reasons.
Comparing a book and a movie.
Yeah, I don't overly agree with that either. Just because there's different things that work better in different media.
Yeah, it's all about adaptation. No, I'm sticking with the war stuff. I'm thinking the Tale of Tanya would be good. If we want to go into a different direction, I think ReZero would be good. I'm just throwing 2 very different animes out there.
By the looks of it, they're 2 very different ones.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're very different.
Pick one. Flip a coin.
I don't actually have a coin in here without getting into my piggy bank.
I don't either.
Well, I've not seen any of, I've noticed it, but I've not seen any of the, what was it, the Tanya.
Well, let's watch Tanya. I like
Okay.
watching things that you haven't seen.
So
Or he
you 2
hasn't
haven't
seen.
it. I've
The
watched it.
Gurusha?
But then again, it's hard to get an anime I haven't watched. Or at least watched a
Eh.
good quarter of.
Alright, so for next week, we will watch the first 4 episodes of some Tanya evil chick.
It's got like 3 names to it. You got the Tale of Tanya the Evil, the Saga of Tanya,
Oh,
The
Crunchyroll
original
has Saga of
Japanese
Tanya the Evil.
yeah, it's got quite a few names.
Alright, so for next week, we will watch the first 4 episodes of that. And we will catch you all next week. You guys can keep talking. I gotta go to bed. I, just hit the wall.
Alright, I'm gonna lock it out too, I think.
Yep.
Thank you all. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Laters.